taking note. What's going on, Bulls Nation? Welcome into the Winners Lounge. It's CHGO Bulls Postgame presented to you by DraftKings Sportsbook, America's top-rated sportsbook. Download their app and use promo code CHGO when you sign up. I am Matt Peck. You can follow me on Twitter at Bulls_Peck. This is my guy, Big Dave Watson. He is at BAWL, B-A-W-L Sports. Our pal producer, Joey Spathis, is at Joey Spathis. Follow that, man.
Bulls win!
We are at CHGO_Bulls. Our guy, Will Gottlieb, is at the UC. He will join us later on in tonight's postgame show. Bulls win 126-118 the final over our old pal Lauri Markkanen and his Utah Jazz. Mm-hmm. It was a back-and-forth game. Bulls, surprisingly, we're used to them trailing 8-0 or 10-0 a lot this season. Yeah. They get out to a hot 8-0 start. Jazz fight back and forth through quarters 2, 3. Early in that fourth quarter, Dave, I turned to you and said, oh, dude, it was after whatever, the third or fourth consecutive Jazz easy transition bucket where 5 Bulls players were just standing around flat-footed as hell. And I was like, oh, their legs are done. Second night of back-to-back. We're going to lose this game. Credit the Bulls for fighting back and making that fourth quarter comeback. It was what? They reeled off a 19-4 run in the span of 3.5 minutes to retake control of that game. That was huge.
Super huge. Y'all know I'm about to ask you in the chat, right? You know I'm about to ask you. I'm going to need you to do it one more time for the back-to-back. Everybody in the chat, 3 words. Catch and shoot. Type it in, baby. Put it on the screen. Type it in if you love us. Catch and shoot. Oh, I loved it so much. It was so beautiful to watch Zach. And it was fourth quarter Zachary, which is we're not used to seeing that attackery from Zachary in that fourth, because usually we are seeing it from the great DeMar DeRozan.
King in the fourth time.
Correct.
In the fourth.
You know what I'm saying? That's not a problem, but that's what we're just used to seeing. But there was a play, Matt, after he hit another catch and shoot 3, where he had it at top of the key. And I said to you, Matt, look at his body language, Matt. This is Zach's game tonight. Look at his body language. And immediately he stopped and pulled the 3, and it was all net. And it was cash. And I'm like, it's his game tonight. Zach LaVine, great job in that fourth quarter, man. He was excellent. Just decisive, did it all kinds of ways. Inside, outside, catch and shoots, step backs, pull-ups. He was doing all kinds of things. The only thing he wasn't doing was free throws. Hello, he doesn't get those. Come on, ref. Come on. But outside of that, amazing. 36 points, man. 7 rebounds. I always say they need to gain rebounds. 7 rebounds out there. 12 of 21, but it's 6 of 12 from the three-point line. That is 50%, people. I'm not a math guy, but I heard that's good.
Yeah, not quite as good as 11 for 13 last night, but to follow that up with another game like this, and also, fun fact, 36 from Zach, 35 from DeMar. First time this season that they've both put up 30-plus.
Yes.
I mean, those are your 2 stars that you lean on and expect to lean on a nightly basis. Some nights one has it going, some nights the other has it going. Tonight, they both had it going. They both got to the free throw line, too. Zach and DeMar combined 15 of 17 at the free throw line, in addition to DeMar doing his mid-range work and Zach getting hot at that very opportune time in the fourth quarter. Yeah. I mean, this is – I see Anthony in the comments here saying Zach is back. I feel better about where we are with Zach LaVine right now than I have all season long. I don't know about you.
No, why wouldn't you? I mean, you're watching it. The proof is in the pudding, man, about what you're seeing. Nothing's forced. Nothing looks clunky. You haven't seen that silly-ass move he was doing all this season where he runs to the hole, that little Euro drag set whatever thing.
And in the third quarter, when this game was looking a little, questionable, he had 3 bad Zach turnovers, in the span of 5 minutes. And I was like, oh, here we go.
He did. He had that moment, and he had, 2 assists and 5 turnovers, if I'm not mistaken? So, 5 turnovers, 2 assists for Zach. Yeah. It wasn't his night with that, but it didn't stop him, and it didn't hinder him, and it didn't do what I'm used to seeing him do, which is force things. Yeah. He wasn't forcing anything. I can't state how important that is, because Zach, what I'm used to, I don't know if y'all used to it, but I'm used to watching him force. I got to get going. I got to get off. I got to get this. Y'all got to know I'm the best. Y'all got to know I'm not hurt. Y'all got to know I should be out here. Y'all got to know I earned this $200 million. Forget all that. Go out there and play and do what you know best, man. And it seems like I'm going to give Billy Donovan credit at the same time, because I'm guarantee you Billy is putting him in these situations and putting him in these situations to succeed and to do what he's doing out there. Man, and I'm just loving what I'm seeing. So now when you're watching him, Matt, go to the bucket, now you're watching him go to the bucket, and it's a little more smoother. We did see that one Zach play where he forgot where the basketball rim was. And he ran himself out of bounds and forgot. He was like, wait, what?
Dude, he was like Forrest Gump running down the tunnel through the marching band.
Yes, man. He was mad.
Need to get those signs that say, stop!
Yeah, dude. It's like, he's like, oh, yeah, Lauri? I'll show you. And he's like, oh, snap, this is basketball.
Or like Wile E. Coyote when he runs off the cliff and then into the middle of nothing and then realizes that he is no longer under a hard surface and plummets down.
Holds the sign up. Help me. Man, it was special to watch tonight, man. He did it every single kind of way, but I can't stress enough the catch and the shoot that was going, because you saw it again, like you did last game, in multiple ways. It's not just one way to catch and shoot. You saw it in multiple ways tonight, and it was great to see, man.
Yeah. And I mean, I think as we remember back to what the beginning of this season looked like, and this is great context for Bulls fans. I just saw in my Twitter feed from Casey Johnson, who reminds us that earlier this season, at the beginning of this season, the question with Zach was, is he healthy enough and in shape enough to play in back-to-back games?
Yeah.
Can he play back-to-back games? And for the first, whatever it was, month or so of this season, that answer was no. He would sit on either end of a back-to-back. He is now, after tonight, coming off of a back-to-back where he not only played, but in those two games poured in 77 points. From where we started to now, is anybody out there still thinking that Zach LaVine is, washed, overpaid, bad at basketball? It took some time for him to get himself back to peak Zach level.
Yeah.
Watch these two games back-to-back and tell me he's not at peak Zach level.
Well, and we saw, when we were watching him all season, I think we all kept saying that, like, this isn't the Zach LaVine we know.
Yeah.
Like, he just didn't look like the same guy out there.
Right.
You know, nothing he did was normal to me. I'm like, he's not even going up for dunks. You know, I was like, it just felt like he needed to trust himself and believe in it. It was that 41-point game for me. I believe they lost that game. But when he dropped like 40-something, where he was like, I was like, oh, okay, he's looking comfortable again. This is looking good. And then you've just seen it continue to ramp up from there, man. And now he's just at a point where he's just, this is Zach LaVine. This is the dude you paid right here. This is the one that you were looking for. And the fourth quarter is just cherry on the sundae, all right? I know Zach can score 30. I know he can hit all these threes. But throwing that clutch in there as well, hell, he did that at the end of the half. When Utah went up and they cut the lead to 2, Zach came running down, fires up a 3, gets fouled.
Drew that foul.
Beautiful. Yeah. Gets fouled, gets to the free throw line, hits all of them, and then puts the Bulls right back up there, man. 7 times he went to the free throw line. He didn't really do it in the fourth, but 7 times he went to the line. That's a lot for Zach LaVine because he doesn't get those calls.
No, he does not. Gio in the comments saying the Bulls could win 12 of their next 13 games if they don't play down to their competition. The Bulls do have one of the easiest schedules up ahead to finish out January and head into February as far as strength of schedule. And we know this team's track record losing those games to those sub-500 teams this season. But, I mean, let's not get ahead of ourselves looking that far ahead. Right. But I think why tonight's win is significant, being on the second night of a back-to-back, is we talked about in pregame. This Jazz team, they started hot, but they have been floundering a bit recently. They are not the juggernaut that they pretended to be for the first 3 weeks of the season, and this is a winnable game.
Yeah.
You're the team on the second night of a back-to-back, and your opponent is not. That is true, but it's still winnable.
Yeah.
At no point in tonight's game did you think, oh, we've lost this one. They were always within striking distance, if not holding the lead themselves. And when you think about where the Bulls are in the Eastern Conference standings, 19-21 holding on to that win looks a hell of a lot better than 18-22.
Not a math guy.
Like, You are now 8-3 in your last 11, and picking up that win, even with the tired legs, is massive for this team that's trying to fight their way back into the Eastern Conference playoff picture.
No, that's huge, man, for that. And if you notice, those teams that are in that playoff hunt, they're over 500 now. I believe the Heat are the last one. They're 21-19. So they have to get back to that level because things are starting to, even themselves out. The cream is rising to the top. People are starting to separate, and the Bulls don't want to be left behind. So it's good to see them go on another 3-game winning streak. Hopefully we get that to 4 when we get to Boston. When we get to Boston. But, man, it's just really good to see, and it makes me feel good for a team to win this kind of way. Because we saw it, you were like, great, you won against Philly. People would say, well, Embiid wasn't there. You could even say, yo, Zach just had an incredible game. You tip your cap to that. This one right here was a little tougher. It's on a back-to-back. You saw the tired legs. We talked about it. You saw the free throws they missed. What was their free throw? What is it?
25 of 32.
Not great.
Not great.
Not great.
I mean, you love the number of attempts.
Of course. You're in love with that. But 25 for 32, that's not great. But getting that 32 times is, but just 25 makes isn't. But that's showing you tired legs. Many times we watched that Utah offense just carve a knife through the Bulls defense because they weren't really playing it. Over pursuing on shooters, falling for those pump fakes. Yeah. We saw a bunch of wide open layups and dunks that Utah had where guys were just making one move. And what was the one with Dragic and DeMar both with the shooter and not the ball handler? And the ball handler just said, oh, well, I'm wide open. Let me go get this layup. You saw a lot of that tonight. And that shows me that guys were tired. And even Stacey was saying it during the game. He was like, this is not the team we've grown accustomed to seeing over the past few games. Yeah. They don't do this kind of stuff. Well, yeah, that back-to-back and being tired is a thing. To find a way to still win through all of that is awesome and great resilience by the Bulls. I talked about it yesterday, Matt, how they keep bouncing back after these losses that would break other teams. Honestly, that Atlanta game would have broke a team. That Donovan Mitchell would have broke a team, but the Bulls won after those games. You know what I'm saying? The Bulls came back and won. They have some resiliency, man, and it's just good to see things are kind of panning out and evening out for this team.
Moving past the incredible performances from Zach and DeMar, the two stars of this team, I see people in the comments talking about Patrick Williams. Let's move to Pat. Sure. Rough night for him after two very strong games in their previous two wins. We talked about his juggernaut third quarter that he had last night. A quiet night from Pat. He finishes with 7, but he had the confidence after he came into the fourth quarter, I think 0 of 7 from the field, to take and knock down 2 humongous threes that were a big part of the Bulls making that comeback because they had dug themselves a hole with that early Jazz run in the fourth quarter. Huge shots from Pat. I also see the Bullseye Insight and our friends over at T-Red UK talking about the dunk attempt he had baseline on Lauri. Didn't convert, but Bullseye saying that they just love the aggression that shows you from Patrick. Because I hope he and his teammates were sick of getting dunked on by Lauri all night.
His face.
Which, parentheses, 8 dunks for Lauri tonight. Career high. Bing. Not sure if we saw him dunk 8 times in 4 seasons with the Bulls.
Got that right.
Whatever. I'm over it. Not over it. But that kind of aggression from Pat, and most importantly, the confidence to take those 2 huge threes in the fourth quarter comeback, Dave.
Yeah, colossal, man. And listen, and people were mad at Pat for the first 3 quarters. This is why I'm
rightfully
happy with
so.
him. Cool. No, they're not wrong to be. He had 1 point. Yeah. You're absolutely right to be. And the defense he was playing was non-existent on a lot of those things. So we talked about them getting carved up going inside. Hell, the person he was guarding was Lauri. And Lauri was carving people up tonight. He was taking Pat down in the post and working. You know what I'm saying? It was going down. But what Pat did, again, was show the resiliency. He came out in the fourth quarter. First of all, Billy Donovan, again, showing Pat love in the fourth quarter, giving him big minutes in the fourth. He came out there, no hesitation on either one of those shots, Matt. Both of those threes. The man was 0 for 7. No hesitation. I'm taking both of these shots right here. They're open. I'm shooting them. Let's see what happens. Beautiful mentality. The other thing I like, he had 10 shots tonight. Even though he came in there with 7 points, he was 2 of 10. He took 10 shots. Usually you can see that game from Pat Matt, and he's got like 3 shots. And I'm over here pissed. And we're mad. We're like, dude, just actually shoot the ball. How about you just do that? Just shoot the basketball. No, he attempted, and it didn't work, but he took those shots. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with him taking the shots. Yeah, man. In the fourth quarter, his defense got a little better because remember he had that deflection over there in the quarter that went down to DeMar. His defense got better. Everything got a little better for him in the fourth quarter. That's growth to me. You know what I mean? That's Billy Donovan putting some faith in him and him paying dividends back to Billy Donovan for that faith he put in him, man. Great job by him. And you mentioned the dunk he tried to do. That was awesome as well. That just lets me know there's, like I said, nobody can walk around looking like that a whole game and not have something crazy going on in their head. There's some insanity going on in Patrick Williams, man. I just can't wait for it to spill out.
Yeah, truly. Speaking of some of the other young role players on this team, Coby White, a rough night for him too.
Yep.
Through the first 3 quarters, was ice cold. I think he was like 0-4, 0-5 from the field
like that
before the fourth quarter. Comes in for a fourth quarter stint. Not only has that really impressive running floater over Lauri Markkanen in the lane. That was a high degree of difficulty shot as the Bulls were taking control of that game. But also the 1-3 he makes tonight, a huge 3 late in the fourth quarter as the Bulls were seizing that game.
Yeah, and Coby did what I've been watching him do these past few games. He's using his size to get rebounds now.
6 of them.
6 of them things, man. 6 of them things. And even the ones he doesn't get, he's in there trying to tip it. He's in there trying to do something. And I love that so much because the Bulls need the help on the rebounding. That's where they are going to – Vooch cannot do it alone, even though he had 16 rebounds tonight, 15 points as well, 4 assists. Let me just toss that out at you. And he did all this on 8 shots, by the way. But Vooch can't do this alone. We've been saying it for so long. And that's why we were like, Patrick Williams, where are you at? You know? Other guys got to get in there and do that. That's why Zach pulled down 7 rebounds as well. But to come in off the bench, and we expect that from Drummond, to get that. Hell, Drummond had the stat line that I thought Coby would have. You know what I'm saying? 11 points and 4 rebounds. That's a Coby White stat line. No, Coby came in with the 5 points, the 6 rebounds, and the 3 assists, got himself a steal as well. And I just like the way he played, man. Like, everything was still in control. Didn't like the Coby foul on the 3. Even though, thank goodness, it was, they said that was on the floor. And then he fouled him again.
But that one went uncalled.
And they didn't call that. Exactly right. But excusing those things, man, I really like how I'm not mad that he's on the floor. Or I'm not immediately looking for a substitution when he's out there on the floor. Because that used to be the case.
Right.
Like, he's 0 for what?
Yeah.
Hey, who's next? Hey, coach,
right.
Come get him. Not like that no more with Coby.
Speaking of, shout out to our pal Salim from Bulls Gold, who said we're seeing development from Coby. In the past, if he was playing bad, he'd continue to have a bad game.
Correct.
He was a big part of that run in the fourth. Being able to be in late in a close game, and not only his coach to have the confidence to put him out there, but for Coby to have the confidence in himself. Be like, I can still be a net positive player for our team out here tonight. I know I haven't been shooting the ball great, but I'm still going to have the confidence to take and make the shot. And even beyond that, I'm going to be a difference maker on the defensive end and on the glass. And the strides that we have seen Coby make in that department in this last 10 to 15 games, to me, is remarkable.
Very remarkable, man. And like you said, a net positive player is a +3 tonight. And those things are huge, especially when you don't have Caruso yet, and you still don't have Javonte Green yet. You're still getting healthy in those areas. You're going to need it at every facet of the game, not just the shooting. You're going to need his help at every facet of the game, and Coby is providing that. This is just awesome to see from him, man. Fro or not, it is awesome to see him do his thing out there and be something that I recognize on the floor each time. Like, he's not just disappearing, like on the defensive end, he used to disappear because he couldn't play it.
Yeah.
So he would disappear on that end. On the offensive end, he would kind of disappear when they're not passing him the ball to shoot because he couldn't dribble. He wasn't a great dribbler. He couldn't get the interior passing, things like that. All these things he has worked on, all these things have kind of changed for him this season, man. I can't say enough about the improvement of Coby White.
We're going to take our first quick break here. While we're doing that and sharing some words from our sponsors, do us a favor and hit that thumbs up button if you're watching with us on YouTube. We appreciate it. It helps us out a lot. Got 350 some of you hanging out with us live on our postgame show tonight. Appreciate y'all. Let's get them thumbs. On the other side of the break, we'll get to some super chats we have. Plus, it's a victory, so you know at some point Goon of the Night's coming.
Goon of the Night got to come on out, baby. 3 straight times.
And we'll hear from the GOAT.
Yes.
By the way, I saw somebody in the comments said that they want the Pikachu dog to be the Goon of the Night. What was going on with that dog? And why did you paint your dog? Don't paint your dog. Don't paint your dog.
Immediately, you see Will's tweet with his head like animal cruelty. We were like, who paints the dog? It was crazy. It honestly looked cool, but the dog did not look happy.
What was that dog doing there?
Like, seriously. We still need to know. It had to be a part of the halftime festivities.
This is my emotional support Pikachu dog. I have to have it with me at all times. On airplanes, sitting courtside.
Courtside. Shout out.
People are crazy.
Yes.
You know what's not crazy?
What's not?
Getting great deals and great protein from Green Ridge Farm.
Boom!
A Chicago local meat and cheese company offering you a better all-natural option. Makers of all-natural deli meat, sausages, and their famous meat sticks. Perfect for tailgating, happy hour, and school lunches. Plus with 16 grams of protein packed in every stick, they make a perfect post-workout snack. They come in different meat types like chicken and black forest beef and different flavors like jalapeno cheddar and spicy chili. You can always find them in the refrigerated section at Costco, Sam's Club, or your local Chicagoland grocery stores. And right now, these delicious products from Green Ridge Farm, if you go to their website to place an order at greenridgefarm.com right now, you can get some free meat sticks.
What?
Just by using promo code CHGO at checkout.
That's it?
Go to greenridgefarm.com. Put 3 of their products in your shopping cart. Add some meat sticks to your shopping cart.
Come on.
Put in promo code CHGO. And those meat sticks cost you $0. Free meat sticks. The best 3 words put together in the English language. You're welcome. Greenridge Farm. Check them out.
It's a beautiful thing. Here comes a fast pass at you. Matt Peck, what time is it?
Game time. Who?
See that right there? Man's ready and prepared.
Kristen.
He didn't say he was going in. He just said he's ready.
Just ready to shoot it.
That's right. He's ready to get it up. Game time, y'all. The hottest new ticketing site that makes it easier than ever to score the best deals on tickets to sports, concerts, and shows. Have you ever dreamed of sitting in that seat you thought you never could? 50-yard line, courtside, would ya? Believe home plate. Floor seats at the concert. It's all possible with the Game Time app. The biggest last-minute price drops can be found on the seats you thought that you could never ever buy. You won't find better deals this season to go see the Chicago Bulls. Created by the fans and for the fans, just like here at CHGO, and it guarantees you, your beautiful self, the lowest price out there. So, if you love CHGO,
and we know you do.
He was on it today.
Ready.
That's what I'm talking about.
He was ready.
Oh, he is 1 for 12 in his last ones. I'm proud of him. It's all right. We're starting a new streak. Yes, then you'll love Game Time. The best way to support us is by buying your tickets through the link in the description. Join the 15 million people who have downloaded the Game Time app and score the best seats to all your favorite events. Because Joey Spathis, what time is it?
Game time. Who?
He's ready.
I like that.
Focus. I love Focus Joey. Focus Joey is my favorite Joey.
Is there unfocused Joey? Have we witnessed unfocused Joey ever?
Yes.
There's doing multiple things Joey.
Okay, multitasking
Joey. Yes, multitasking Joey.
Well, that read always will confuse me because we used to do that line for a different partner.
It's true.
So
I know that's why you know the shots weren't there.
Learning a new offense.
You're getting new rhythm. That's right.
Yeah.
I understand.
Figuring out the spacing here for Coach Dave.
Just like the Bulls, man. The continuity. Just getting the continuity together, man. That's all. But we here now.
I see that So Ripped in the comments is going with the same tagline you went with tonight, which is Zachary, Attackery, Back-to-Backery.
Back-to-backery.
It's got a nice ring to it.
It does have a nice ring to it, man. Oh, it was so beautiful to watch him do that. And I can't emphasize enough how great it was just to see it in the fourth quarter. And then to see just that smile on his face when he hit those threes, man. It's like, yes, this guy. This is the dude we remember right here, man. These teams ain't got nothing for Zach LaVine. He is just a special player.
I saw a comment. Did I star it? I think it was from Dat Boy. Here it is. Dat Boy says, I'm assuming he says, in the presser, Billy said he wants Zach to shoot 10 to 15 threes a game.
Come on with it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like that a lot.
I mean, we were talking about it after his explosion last night. What Billy can do is run more plays where Zach's coming around screens off the ball.
Correct.
So that he can get into spaces on the floor around the perimeter where he can do what, Dave?
Catch and shoot.
Chris Dunn. But instead it's Zach LaVine.
So that means it's going in.
It's going to be way better. It's going to work out much nicer for you.
Much nicer. And, yeah, that's great. Like, 6 of 12, like, it's awesome. And, again, one of the Bulls' issues was three-point shooting attempts. Of course, the makes are the you want, but it was the fact that
lowest volume three-point shooting team in the league going on 2 seasons in a row now.
Yeah, seriously, man. Like, look, they had 28 attempts. That's still not a lot.
Low.
That's very low. But Zach LaVine getting 12 of them is letting you know, like, okay, once the Bulls decide to come around with that, it's going to go up a little better.
If he is their most efficient three-point threat, and he is by far, and you're only going to take 28 a game, get him 14 open looks.
Yeah, seriously, man.
It's not like it seems crazy, but it's not crazy.
Yeah.
If this is what your roster is working with three-point wise, floor spacing wise, get that man 14 looks a game.
Yeah, 14 of those things. And also, and word to Mark K on this as well, because he talks about also the Zach LaVine pull-up as well. And getting him those catch and shoot ones leads to those pull-ups that you don't mind him taking, because he's good at that as well.
Right.
And that's what makes him super lethal, is he can do it in a myriad of ways, man. It don't just have to be one way. It's just one way has to be more. But it don't have to just be one way with Zach LaVine. He can do it multiple ways. We saw it again tonight. We saw that pull-up. We saw that stand there, cross you over between the legs, little step back three on Kelly Olynyk. We saw those things from Zach. He can do all of that stuff, man.
Right.
But just tossing in the catch and shoot is where the attempts will start to rise.
Right. And look, when this team got out to their hot start last season, despite the fact that it was a slightly flawed roster, what were they getting away with? High efficiency on a lower volume.
Yes.
3-point wise.
Yeah.
It's when the efficiency fell through the freaking floor that the team fell apart. But they were surviving and even thriving with, yes, low volume, but high efficiency. If more clean looks for Zach can help you keep it there or get there, then great. Because just looking at it tonight, the Bulls hit 13 threes. The Jazz hit 12. The Jazz took 41.
Boom.
Bulls took 28.
There it is.
Efficiency. If you're not going to jack up 40 a game, efficiency. Raise the floor.
Raise it up. 46% from three, another 40% game for the Bulls. They win. It's a thing.
Bullseye insight. I'm quoting him on this one. Zachary Attackery said, "Stop all the flackery. This game comes to him naturally. He does this shit casually."
Okay, see, I love everybody taking it and running with it. I love this, man. I love y'all out there. Y'all making up some bars, and I love it. More bars, damn it. More bars. All in the name of the Attackery.
Real quick, we had
some super chats?
3 super chats.
Let's get them.
AK, number 1 fan. Continuity is back. Acme over Bulls Nation.
Man, that is funny that Acme brings that up, because I was sitting here with Will last night, Dave, talking about, like, if this team reels off some wins here, and we've talked about the kind schedule that they have in front of them coming up, as they are fighting now almost all the way back to 500, back in at least the play-in picture. Are we going to, as we get closer and closer to that trade deadline, think to ourselves, we're about to get the continuity speech again, aren't we? If the Bulls stand pat at this trade deadline, and it's like, oh, well, we still hope that Lonzo Ball can be our deadline acquisition, and this team does nothing because we've gotten a few wins and at least back in the play-in hunt, I don't know how that's going to go over with this fan base. And by I don't know how that's going to go over, I mean I know exactly how it's going to go over.
Not well at all. Yeah, they have long memories. Bulls Nation definitely has long memories. It's why some of them are really, really happy and some are really, really sad, because they have really long memories. That's a great point. Honestly, that's a really great point. Because if you're winning and you're putting it together and you see it, it's like, well, why do I have to make a move? We're getting it together and we're getting our thing together like I thought we would in the first place.
They said when they're healthy, we really love our group.
And Zach said himself yesterday when when we're playing our way, we're one of the best teams in the league. And why would you trade one of the best teams in the league? That could be the philosophy. Personally, I still think they'll do something because you still see your flaws. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of how you're winning, and nobody's taking away from that, you are winning. The fact you got 28 threes, still not a great thing. You know what I'm saying? You finally won a rebounding battle tonight. You know what I mean? You did. Great job on that. When's the last time we've done something like that? It's been a while, especially on the offensive rebound. I believe they were tied. Both of them had 7 rebounds.
7 and 7.
Even though we saw, what was his name? Who was out there whooping our ass on the boards? Who am I thinking of, Matt? Vanderbilt, thank you. Vanderbilt was out there destroying the Bulls on the boards, man. 14 rebounds for Mr. Vanderbilt, man. Yeah. He balled out for them. So, yeah, you're going to need some help in those areas, man. So, I hope they don't keep that blind eye right there. It's great to win. Y'all know I love it, and I'm going to champion it and be for it, and you know he loves it and is going to champion it and be for it. But we also love improving and also getting better. So, yeah, you don't just stand pat. You try to get better, man. Hopefully they do that.
Our guy Mark K hanging out in the comments saying, if Acme doesn't make a move, I will send some very mean tweets. You don't say.
You don't say.
That seems so out of character for you, Mark. Although I have loved Mark absolutely devastating our friend C-Red Fred on the Twitter machine in recent days. When Fred has been having wildly revisionist history about Lauri Markkanen and his takes on Lauri Markkanen.
Oh.
And no one is better than bringing up and digging up old, ridiculous Fred tweets than our guy Mark K.
It's true. He is. He does do that, man. He does do that.
He is the people's champion.
Shout out Fred. Fred loves revisionist history. That's my man. He loves it, man.
Man,
he's a fan.
My goodness. Well, what about this?
He's a fan.
Shout out to our guy Eli, who just threw us a super chat. Appreciate you, Eli.
35
We got a couple of super chats, Joe.
Yeah.
Let's get there.
Manuel, right off the bat, said, guess who's still hype and still a Bulls fan after Lauri Markkanen gave us a big heart attack and regrets about life? What kind of heart attack?
I mean, tonight it was a heart attack of relief.
It was.
Well, yeah,
he definitely had one.
When he had that, like, the final poster, the nasty poster, that was like just like a legit heart attack. Oh, dear God.
It was, oh, my God.
I die here disgusting.
Now. And I was very happy that he missed some key 3-pointers for them because he had some wide open options. When it was 125, 118, and he missed a wide open 3-pointer.
It was like at a minute exactly to play.
Yeah.
And that would have brought it back to what, like a 3 or 4 point game.
Yeah, to a 4-point game. Mm-hmm.
Dodged the bullet there.
I mean, in and out. Just missed it, man. I was so happy.
If we got to watch Lauri dunk 8 times in a freaking Jazz jersey.
Come on.
At least he did us a favor tonight and went just 2 of 7 from 3.
And here's the thing, Matt. You don't have to look at him again here in Chicago. You don't have to see it no more.
Not until next season, anyway.
Now you just got to hear it from me for the rest of the year.
Well, I do have to see a animated, cartoonized version of his face every time I open my fridge door.
That's fair. Yes.
My Lauri sauce is in there.
Ding.
Courtesy of this guy.
2 of them in my house.
Long past its expiration date.
Long past.
I was going to say.
Just like Bulls fans' love of Lauri Markkanen.
Yes. It looked absolutely nasty when you guys brought it in.
It should.
Right. You're keeping it right now basically as a collector's item. Yes, but nobody should be consuming that.
I would be concerned if Joey said, that looks delicious.
It looked, well, I mean, even if it was fresh, it looked a little bit weird.
You never saw it fresh.
I said even if it was fresh, it looked a little bit weird.
Even if it was fresh?
The whole bottle just say it's, I don't know. Maybe it's about the
It's a Finland thing.
The Finnish sauce is maybe not.
A bottle can't expire, Joseph. The contents of a bottle. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying like the contents of the bottle. I don't know. I'm saying even if it was brand new, I don't know if it's a great sauce. That's what I'm saying. Anyways, make Baconator. I liked it.
Okay.
Oh, you guys did like it.
Yeah, because I brought it in years ago.
Well, one of you had spicy. One of you had the spicy version, and one of you had ranch. I thought.
But whatever you gave me was like a Chipotle ranch kind of dip.
Well, that sounds good.
And I'm a sucker for a cream-based Chipotle dipping sauce of any kind.
I had 6 different flavors, like I wasn't playing.
So I do have a great theory that most of the best sauces are, range from a hue of like orange to pink, but we can get into that later.
So orange to pink?
Like almost all the good sauces are like in that color range.
I agree with you.
That's interesting.
And you know what the exception to that rule is?
Sure.
Thousand Island dressing. Get that crap as far away from you as
I
you
didn't
can.
say they
but
were
it's also
all
when
good,
it's
but I
real.
just said most of the elite sauces
Yeah.
in that color. Okay.
Come on.
Back to the Bulls.
Back to the Bulls. We got
Baconator.
one more super
He
chat.
says, catch and shoot. The one time I add P. Will to my parlay with 10-plus points. That's my bad. You can blame me for that tonight. Won't happen again. He was in the diehard. He was in the Discord talking about how he needed a couple more for Pat.
If it makes you feel better, McBaconator, you are not as upset as our guy Joseph was when once again tonight, Pat Williams got a good look at being the first bucket bet cash guy. Rimmed out.
It is remarkable how often the ball finds him on those possessions comparative
why
to
you
the
place
rest.
that bet every
and I'm
night.
going to continue to do it.
Joey was excited and full of emotion one time this evening watching that game. And it was the beginning of that game. That man was all over. You thought it was fourth quarter with 2 minutes.
Man.
That dude was in it, man. I'll be like, man, does Joey have a mortgage to pay? Like, he be in it, bro. I'll be concerned sometimes.
It was like a $5 bet, but
and that's what trips me out. I don't ever want to see you bet more than that, man, and how that looks. I'm terrified.
So McBaconator just chimed back in the comments saying that he followed Joey on that P. Will first bucket bet.
Yeah. But he's been winning, Marquet. Marquet's been winning with Pat. He does it
We've
every
won
time.
it twice with Pat. It has not hit for,
Once the well is dry, Joe, you got to move on.
Correct.
He's never leaving.
It's not easy, but we won on the Zach one last night.
You know what he's thinking, though? Like, the day he doesn't do it is the day that Pat is gonna score,
100%,
and he's gonna be
1,000%.
pissed.
And I'm serious. I'm not. Everybody watch the next time, first possession. He is aggressive. They are looking for him. They are trying to establish him. And then it doesn't happen. Once the game's not 0-0, it's a different P. Will out there.
Right.
But he's consistently in the mix.
In each of these last 3 games, he has taken the first shot.
He has.
Well, actually, he didn't take the first shot when they couldn't find him under the basket. But
I thought, no,
he
Bruno got him the ball.
Yeah,
he
he
just
sure
got it
did.
to him late.
Yeah.
And he still went up with it.
No, he
Sure did.
passed it to DeMar in the corner.
Oh, you're right.
But he
kicked it
should have
out.
had the first shot.
Right, he should have had the first shot. Yeah.
So he took the second shot?
He didn't take any shot on that possession. He had an open layup, but they got it to him late. And
Why in my head do I just recall him going up and throwing it off the backboard and it rimming out?
that was tonight.
That was
Okay. Oh,
tonight
you're talking about
and
another
also
one.
last night.
And then last
We're
night
talking
he took
about-
a
I
wide
wasn't
open.
here last night.
Last
Okay.
night he took
Yeah.
a wide open
Gotcha.
three.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wide open three.
Got you.
Man.
Breathe,
Still
Joey.
good. We'll
I
take
mean,
it.
you know what?
We'll take the
Breathe,
win.
Joey.
We'll take
There's
the win.
always-
We'll take the win.
There's always Monday. There's always Monday for another Patrick Williams first bucket bet.
And he will be there trying
Yes.
again.
Yes, he will.
That's why we love Joey.
Speaking
He's
of
loyal.
which, you know that Joey's doing that on DraftKings, and we're going to talk about our DraftKings King of the Game coming up in a second here.
Yes.
While we're sharing some friendly words from our sponsors, hit that thumbs up button if you haven't already, and hopefully we'll get a goat sighting when we come back from this ad read break.
Foley. Joey.
They never understood.
Ever.
Why?
Ain't get it. Why, Joseph? Ow! They ain't get it. Shady Rays, baby. Shady Rays did not understand, y'all, why you got to break the bank to get yourself some high-quality sunglasses. Why? Didn't make any sense to them then. It doesn't make any sense to them now. And that's why they set out to change all of that, because Shady Rays has got you covered. They got those premium polarized shades featuring that world-class optical clarity, sustainable durability, style scale to everyone in every lifestyle. Yeah. And best part about Shady Rays, that Matt Peck lost and broken replacements plan. Pew! Shades on the hat when it's thrown. Broken, snapped, gone. Shady Rays says we'll replace them day one. Don't worry about it. We got you covered. Thank you, Shady Rays. You're welcome, value customer. They got your back, y'all. 200,000 5-star reviews is what they have. And also the free returns and exchanges. You heard what I said. Free returns and exchanges. You either love them shades, y'all, or Shady Rays will pay to ship them back. Period. Point blank. End of story. So exclusive to all our beautiful, talented, wonderful listeners out there. Shady Rays is running their deepest deal of the season, y'all. Use that code CHGO for 50% off of 2 or more pairs at shadyrays.com. That is a buy one, get one free. What they call that, Matt Piak?
BOGO?
That is a BOGO. For the Lolo, a 54-fold. For sure. Redeem only at shadyrays.com where you can find all the newest and best shades because the Shady Rays, what a rays, are oh so damn shady. Shady Rays.
Oh, so damn shady.
Just shady, man.
You know how shady it is over here right now?
I can see it.
I can barely see you.
Oh, man. But
so shady.
You look good. Now
I was driving with my Shady Rays. I had to take them off.
Had to take them off?
I'm about to fall asleep. It's so dark in here.
But they're polarized.
But they polarized, baby. Well, premium optical clarity.
World-class optical clarity.
World class, man.
World class.
And sustainable durability.
Yeah. Tonight's episode of Postgame also brought to you guys by, that's right, our friends at DraftKings Sportsbook. Hoop Junkies, it's a new year, but it's the same nonstop NBA action at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official betting partner of the NBA and our official betting partner at CHGO. And, of course, you know about that amazing deal right now. New users with promo code CHGO can place any $5 bet on any NBA money line. And if your money line bet wins, you get $200 back in free bets. Incredible deal.
Awesome.
And on a victory Saturday, victory second leg of a back-to-back, our DraftKings King of the Night, for the first time this season, we're going two kings.
Twins!
And twins. Zachary Attackery and DeMar King in the fourth DeRozan.
Beautiful.
Both worthy of the DraftKings King of the Game tonight.
Hit the horn, Joey.
They combine for 71 points. Equally efficient from the field. DeMar 13 of 22. Zach 12 of 21. Zach went nuts at the three-point line. They both got to the free throw line. That is your two all-stars doing all-star things on the second night of a back-to-back to get a win that you needed.
It's so sexy. It's so attractive. And just the fact, I love how just two different styles, two conflicting styles just working together to make the Bulls better. Zach LaVine can take all the threes out there. DeMar DeRozan eating them up in the mid-range and getting to the foul line. But you let their powers combine, and they did their thing in the fourth quarter. That was the best part to me, is Zach LaVine did his thing and DeMar DeRozan did his thing in the fourth quarter. Both of them said they knew how to work each other's time out there, and it's always a good thing, baby. Always a good thing. And another good thing. It's time for more good things. Because it is GOAT Talk, ladies and gentlemen. GOAT Talk. You see him? Yow, that sound.
I hear him.
The sound of greatness.
Ooh, that sound.
Oh, there he is, ladies and gentlemen.
Will, the GOAT, Gottlieb. Follow him on Twitter for all of his Bulls insider info at Will_Gottlieb. He's checking in with us from the UC tonight. Will, Bulls win a huge second leg of a back-to-back to get closer to that 500 mark, staying in the play-in picture in the East, and they are led by their two big stars, DeMar and Zach. Good things happening still for this team? Not dead yet?
Not dead yet. Not at all, actually. They're climbing. Right now they're sole possession of the 9th spot in the Eastern Conference standings, which doesn't sound that exciting, but given where they were a couple weeks ago, I would say that's progress. I believe, if I have this right, this is the first game that Zach and DeMar have both scored 30 this year. They both had 35 plus. So this was kind of the message after the game, was like, these guys are just starting to figure out how to complement each other a little bit better. Zach with his ability to stretch out the floor, obviously with the shooting, but even just like the attention he draws, create space for DeMar to get into his spots. And I think the two of them can really play off of one another in that way. And we saw it the other night in Philly. Obviously, DeMar didn't score quite as much, but Zach kind of led them home. And then same thing here. I mean, this was really as much as you could ask for against a team, coming off the second night of a back-to-back. I think they've had 3 and 4. Got another one on Sunday, but it's just like, it's good vibes here. 8 and 3 in the last 11. They're finally like starting to play a little bit more like they did in the first part of last season. And I think the big reason why is that you're seeing like that. The whole thing was like, look at how good these two are together. And you're kind of starting to see that again.
Will, we were told Billy Donovan was saying about Zach LaVine how he wants him to take more threes, like 10 to 15 threes a game for Zach LaVine. That had to be music to your ears, hearing something like that, right?
I mean, absolutely. I've been screaming it from the mountaintops since you've known me, Dave. Like, this team just needs to shoot more threes. And even I think the total tonight wasn't super high. They finished with 28, which is like about what they average. But if they can boost that up a couple more shots because Zach is taking a couple more shots, like that is just so, it just opens the game up so much for everybody else. And then obviously, like Zach is such a good shooter, that's gonna create more scoring opportunities for him too. You see the way that he's been passing the ball lately. A lot of the time, it's coming off of a screen, and he's got 2-3 feet of space. He can rise up and shoot it. Okay, great. He makes a couple. Now the defense has to step up and guard him. That's when he gets downhill. That's when he's getting the free throw line. That's when he's showing off some passing. So it just opens up the floor. And like if they could add maybe 2 or 3 more shooters, that would help even more. But that's why you had Coby playing late in this game, just providing more space. I thought he played really well. He was very happy and just animated in the locker room after that win, giving Casey Johnson a hard time and just being a total goofball. But yeah, I mean, more shooting leads to good things.
Will, you wrote a column on allchgo.com earlier this week talking about the, let it fly Pat that we saw in the third quarter of that win last night, and that, when he is passing up open looks, as his teammate DeMar called it, he would get cussed the F out for not taking those open looks. It was a quiet night for Pat tonight, kind of back to what we've seen too much of this season, where he's not really engaged offensively. He was at least taking some open looks. He just wasn't hitting tonight. But then, despite that, having the confidence to take and make 2 huge threes in that fourth quarter when the Bulls were making that huge run to retake control of this game. Curious to your thoughts on Pat's game tonight, and if he spoke to the media after the game at all.
He did not speak to the media, but I mean, you basically summed it up. He had a pretty quiet first 3 3/4 quarters. I mean, basically the last 2 or 3 possessions of the game where he and Coby combined for 11 straight and, got the Bulls. I think they were down 7 and they got the Bulls back up. So yeah, it was a big time play. And for somebody who has, Billy mentioned this too, like for somebody who has admittedly had trouble putting the last bad play behind him, for him to step up in that moment and provide some floor spacing, which, as we've just talked about, is super important. I think that's huge for Pat. He also, I think, was feeling pretty good after the game. He was a little disappointed he didn't make that dunk on Lauri, but I don't even think he thought that was going in. But yeah, I mean, he's definitely, I think that's a sign of growth for him, and he just needs to continue to do that. Whether it's stepping into a mid-range jumper. He was taking good shots in the first half. Obviously, wasn't converting, but you got to step up and make shots. That's kind of the name of the game. And he's shown moments, but that was a big time for him to step up in the final stretch when they really needed points and they really needed floor spacing and they really needed a scoring outlet for him to provide that. That was big.
Will, I wanted to go back to Zach and DeMar. That fourth quarter they played was so great. I mean, not only because they, scored the 35, but it felt like they kind of figured each other out as far as when and where they want the ball, what time they want the ball, and who is going to go off. Because I was mentioning to Matt, it just felt like this is Zach's game right before he just, pulled a 3 in Kelly Olynyk's eye. And it definitely was that. But then DeMar being able to contribute as well, getting the and one, slowing the game down, getting to the line. It felt like this was that game because it was the fourth quarter where our first time I just really saw how those two could work together to make this team better, especially in the fourth.
Yeah, it was one of those games where I was looking at the box score the whole time, and I was like, oh man, Zach is really going off. He's up to 4 threes now. He's up to 5 threes. He's up to 30 points. He's going crazy after the other night when he scored 41. And then I was like, well, let's see, because DeMar only, I think, had 12 points in last game. Let's see how that balance was. He's got 30 also. He's up to 35 now. So, I mean, they can really complement each other. It's still a little bit your turn, my turn. But not every offense is going to be the Warriors with their split actions and, all their dribble handoffs and things like that. It's just, you can't do that. And especially with the roster that the Bulls have, that's just not really a possibility. But when those two are creating space for one another to succeed, which is what we saw tonight, I think this is sort of the best version of what they can do together.
Will, what did you make from the Bulls' second unit tonight? I feel like it's been consistent in who's getting these minutes, especially in this most recent stint with Javonte and Caruso on the shelf. But, Derrick Jones Jr. was kind of like hampered by that wrist injury in last night's game, but he still plays. He gets 17 minutes. Drummond gets 12. Drummond ends up having maybe arguably a bigger impact on the game than Jones tonight. We talked earlier about how Coby also had a rough night shooting, but had a big three and a tough bucket over Lauri in the lane that he finished in that fourth quarter. Your thoughts on the second unit?
Yeah, again, it was a pretty staggered lineup where you had, Coby, Zach, and Vooch in there together, and then, you swap Vooch and Zach out, and you bring in DeMar and let him go with Drummond and Dragic. So sort of the nature of it is that, like, as we talked about, when Zach and DeMar are playing well together, playing well off of one another, you still have this opportunity to, run the offense through each of them, which I think is kind of important just because, these are two guys that are all-stars that want the ball in their hands. And obviously there's only one ball on the court. So giving them the opportunity to, whether it's Zach and Vooch running those empty side pick and rolls or DeMar kind of operating in the mid-range, having those opportunities with guys around them who can help facilitate, who can get DeMar the ball into his spot, who can start running some pick and roll action and then find Zach coming off the screen, things like that. It allows you to be a little bit more flexible with how you stagger those lineups. So I mentioned Coby. I thought he played really well. Like, the box score, I don't think really shows the impact that he had, but 6 rebounds, 3 assists. He got dinged for a couple of fouls that were a little bit tight, but I thought his defense was generally pretty good. And then obviously the 3-pointers. So he's been playing really well. And that's, as we talked about a million times, and, we brought up over the summer, if he can just get to a level of passable defense, then that shooting and that extra playmaking and ability to get out in transition he can like earn those minutes. And the Bulls need that. Like, we talked about the shooting, but just the pace that he provides, they need that scoring dynamic guard off the bench. And when he's playing like that, he's able to keep playing, which is kind of the point.
Will, did you get a chance to see Alex Caruso working out, before the game? And if so, did he look any closer to being ready to play, like, by Monday, in your opinion?
I don't know about Monday. I did see him taking some free throws, so it wasn't really anything, like moving around. But so I'm take a couple free throws and then go and talk to one of the assistant coaches. He didn't seem like he was ever really going to play tonight, but they did want to get him out there. It's tough because, like, they are in a position where they need to win every game, right? Like, they don't have the luxury of resting guys because they're so far ahead in the standings that, they can withstand a couple losses. Like, they do need to win, but at the same time, if Caruso's not available down the stretch, they're going to be in trouble. So they have to balance that one. But with Caruso, like, he's just, if it's not one thing, it's the next thing. And so you have to let him get fully healthy. And hopefully this time allows him to heal up some other bumps or bruises he may have. But we'll see. I mean, he seems like it's a possibility. The fact that he was game time today could indicate that he's getting close, but we'll just have to wait and see.
Gentlemen, we are almost out of time, but it is a winner's lounge.
Yeah.
It's a victory Saturday.
Come
so
on.
You know what that means.
What do it mean?
It means that we're finishing up.
Come on.
With Goon of the Night.
Yes, we are. Give it to me, Joey. Hit me with the graphic. Don't you dare pull that jersey out, Joey. Tell them to tune in next game. Tune in next game, we got you. Tune in next game.
Tune in next game for what?
For your LaVine
LaVine jersey.
Yes.
Yeah, I was maybe going to switch it out, but then you guys started talking. I forgot I had the mics low, so I run back over here.
Next game. Tune in next game. Tune in next time, sir. We'll be here with a LaVine jersey for you, sir. We got you covered. But now, Goon of the Nighttime. Yes! And they always love getting away because it means the Bulls won. We're going to start with the GOAT this time, sir. Will Gottlieb, sir. Who is your Goon of the Night?
I think I'm going to go Zach. The way that he dominated, he was like loud about it again. And I like that. After the game, he said like, that's what I do. Like when your top two players are playing like this, just like the confidence that he was oozing after the game, I think he deserves goonage. But DeMar did have 15 in the fourth quarter. So that's pretty special too.
That's true. Right.
Mine's a little combination of usefulness goon and just silliness goon. But both of them are one man, and that one man is Andre Drummond.
I knew you were going there.
5 of 5 off the bench tonight. We also saw a little bit of the very elusive, only shows up every once in a while, point guard Drummond in transition tonight. And also is the second night, I believe, that we've seen him rock this look. We didn't talk about it the last time.
Oh, my God.
The triple XL Hanes white tee under the jersey. Drummond, man, how is that not getting in the way of your motions with your torso and your arms? You got big-ass Hanes sleeves flapping around.
Dude, it's
what are you
wild.
wearing?
It's wild.
What are you wearing, Drummond?
Will, we need to know.
Goon of the night.
We need to know.
You need to ask Drummond about it, Will.
You need
The
to ask about the
undershirt
shirt.
decision is weird. I feel like we used to have a weird Zach undershirt phase.
Yeah.
Thankfully, he's mostly grown out of that.
I remember that phase. I hate
But
that.
at least his were like the, like Under Armour or whatever brand it was.
Lauri
like,
had an undershirt phase.
Right, yes.
He sure did.
Drummond's are just like a dad crawling out of bed on a Sunday morning who's like, I'm not ready to deal with my life yet, but I got to put on a shirt.
Yes. Yo, Goon of the night. Joey, did you have a Goon of the night, sir?
I'll go with Vooch. 16 rebounds and a good meme.
Yes, the meme. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, the Vooch face.
I don't think it is Vooch tonight,
Yes.
but I'll throw it out there.
You know what?
Can I guess who yours is going to be?
Go ahead, please.
Are you allowed to pick opposing players?
Am I allowed to pick?
Opposing players.
I never have. I'm not saying I'm against it, but I've never have.
The rules, that's never been
I've never established that it's going to be the Bulls.
We're in unprecedented times, and I think you're going to pick a player on opposing team. That's just a guess. That's just a guess.
Okay.
That's what Markkanen thinks deserves
That's what you
it.
think? That's what y'all
Markkanen
think?
thinks a certain former Bull who played tonight deserves it.
Damn.
Well,
But there's a reason it's your award, Dave.
I can tell both of y'all you're absolutely wrong. There was no way I was going to pick Lauri for this at all. Like, no stretch. But I will say this to you, though, Will. I did have another Bull in my head, but you, sir, changed my mind. And I'm giving it to Zach LaVine. Is getting Goon of the night. And you know why? It's not just because of the block, because the block was amazing and vicious that he had tonight. It was what Will just said. He's walking around the locker room talking about, that's what I do. This is what a top 2 player does. I handles my damn business. That is Goon shit if I've ever heard it in my life and time on this earth. Come on. Come on, baby. Oh, that is Goon-tastic right there. Thank you very much, Zach LaVine, sir, for coming in and swooping in and intercepting the Goon of the Night belt. This, sir, belongs to you, courtesy of Will the Goat Gottlieb.
Who is it going to be?
I was gonna
Pick 6.
I was gonna go with Drummond. I was gonna agree with Matt and go with Drummond on that one.
Pack was robbed.
But, dude, Goon, listen, you come in talking crap like that after dropping. Listen, man, that is Goon behavior, sir. That is Goon behavior.
Walking around talking shit, but he was, he was feeling himself. He earned it.
Oh yeah, well, no, I ain't saying literally walking in, kicking stuff over, telling people he's the
I
man.
know.
That's
I
not
just
what I
don't
mean.
want to make it seem like I'm
definitely calling.
No,
I'm calling my sources at Stadium, Shams, and I'm going to say I heard on good authority that Zach LaVine was kicking things over in the locker room, saying, thanks for fucking doubting me, DeMar. This is my team. I'm back. I'm the guy. And you could quote Will Gottlieb on all of that.
Damn.
Thanks, Joey.
Right.
All right, I'm out of here.
Right.
Man.
And that's it for Will.
And so are we. We are out of time. Everybody, enjoy the rest of your weekend. We'll be back Monday.
Yes, we will.
Bulls Celtics Part 4. The 4th time we'll face the Celtics is on Monday night, 6:30 Chicago time tip-off.
Drago.
Bulls 2-1 against the Celtics so far this season, coming into that one.
Yes, they are.
But in the meantime, enjoy knowing that Justin Fields is going to be nice and safe on the sideline of the Bears season finale tomorrow. Tune in for our coverage, CHGO Bears pregame, CHGO Bears postgame. Who knows? If the Texans figure out a way to win, we could be celebrating a #1 pick tomorrow, y'all.
Yes.
In the meantime, make sure you're following Will on Twitter, Will_Gottlieb, to get all of his Bulls insights and reporting. Plus, read everything he's writing for us. AllCHGO.com is that website. Joey, follow that man. He is at Joey Spathis. The climb to 1,000 continues. Big Dave is at Bow, BAWL Sports. I am at Bulls_Peck. We are CHGO_Bulls.
That's us.
Enjoy your Sunday. We'll be back Monday for this whole wonderful crew of people. Appreciate y'all, Bulls Nation.
Yeah.
Talk to you next time. See you, be good.
Peace.
Robbed of Goon of the Night. Robbed.
LaVine.